Good afternoon, a Tuesday afternoon, 4 o'clock. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News. I'm Tom Green.
And I'm Kim Christensen. Last days of May right now, and it's really starting to feel like summer. Warm out there and the clouds. Chris, that's a sign. That's summer in Colorado.
Yeah, it's starting to look like it too, isn't it? It's not just feeling necessarily summer-like. It's looking that way with some of those dark, ominous skies out there. And we do have some storms, mainly south and east of Denver. We've got a higher chance for some storms here in the metro area for tomorrow, and it's going to be fairly warm for tomorrow as well. But let's take a look at some of those storms that we're seeing outside. Those are mainly clustered south and east of Denver. This would be mainly Lincoln County here on the I-70 corridor that's seeing some of those storms at this hour. Downtown Denver, again, I know it looks fairly ominous out there, should stay dry for the next few hours. South of town, though, we do have some showers. These are weakening there on the Palmer Divide. Eastern Douglas County, western Elbert County, again, some weakening showers and storms out this way. Now, these storms are also starting to lose a little bit of their oomph out here into Lincoln County as well as into southern Elbert County. But again, just watch for some small hail and some winds that could gust up to maybe 40 or 50 miles an hour with those storms. These will continue to push the way off to the east. As we see those storms push the way east, we should clear things on out. Maybe one or two leftover showers for us here in Denver for tonight. But if you have outdoor plans tonight, looks a-okay for the most part. That said, tomorrow could be a bit more interesting with a higher risk for severe weather, especially east of Denver. I'm going to have details on this and what you can expect coming up in my full forecast in a couple minutes.
It was last year that investigators started to look into a DNA scientist at the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. They were checking into the manipulation of data in criminal cases.
A document obtained by 9 News says that her co-workers had concerns about her work a decade ago. 9 News crime and justice reporter Kelly Rinke learned about the current probe today, when it began, when an intern actually noticed something was wrong. Kelly?
Yeah, Kim and Tom, this document offers really the most detailed account of why Missy Woods is under criminal investigation. An internal affairs file has been under seal and only shared with some attorneys, and then a defense team talked about the report in a motion, which we got a copy of through a public records request.
I'm just going to tell you, I've worked so many cold cases, and this last year has been a very emotional year.
Her work over a 29-year career at the Colorado Bureau of Investigation is under question. An internal investigation found DNA analyst Missy Woods manipulated data, impacting hundreds of criminal cases, including the murder trial of Garrett Coughlin. He's accused of killing 3 people in Boulder County, and now the defense team is asking the court to dismiss the charges. They say the, quote, entire case has been tainted by what Agent Woods has done, according to a motion obtained by 9 News Investigates. Coughlin's defense attorneys call it a cover-up, saying CBI has known for at least 10 years that Agent Woods improperly handled evidence and deleted data. The motion, filed earlier this month, says in 2013 or 2014, an agent caught Woods testing DNA improperly, and she reported it to a supervisor. A different agent in 2014 found Woods deleted data from a sample. That was also reported to a supervisor, the motion says. In 2018, one of those agents found Woods deleted values in a high-profile homicide case. She reported to supervisors and suggested Woods never touch evidence again. That week, the motion says CBI removed her from analyzing samples and asked her to start mental health counseling. Woods began working on cases again a few months later, but the current criminal investigation into Woods' work didn't begin until late 2023, about 10 years after an agent reported concerns. Today's review of her casework, the motion says, began after an intern discovered missing data. The motion says she was looking at past cases as part of her research project.
The internal review did not find Woods' falsified DNA matches, but instead she cut corners. The district attorney in Boulder says there are legitimate questions about her credibility, but in this murder case, he says they opposed the defendant's motion to dismiss the charges. CBI says an internal affairs report found Woods used her knowledge of the testing process and protocols to conceal her activities. CBI says over 650 cases have been affected by Woods' manipulation, and they're still reviewing her work from 1994 to 2008. Kim.
Feels like you've been reporting on this for a long, long time, and it's taken them this long to get through all of the cases that she was part of?
It's a lot of work. We're talking about a 29-year veteran. From what people tell me, she was the go-to person for high-profile cases. So it wasn't just the high-profile cases, but she was working on quite a bit of work. And so when you're looking at some of this data manipulation, it takes time. This is not an easy process. And again, they have 2 investigations that are going on, the internal investigation, which wrapped up, and then we still have the criminal investigation, and we're waiting for that to be handed over to the district attorney's office.
And we still haven't heard her side of any of this.
No, we've been hearing from her attorney, and her attorney says that she is cooperating with all investigations. So at this point, we are just getting some statements from her attorney.
All right. Thank you so much, Kelly. If you have something for 9 News Investigates, we want to hear from you. Email us your story ideas at investigates@9news.com. Firefighters are gaining control of the Spruce Creek fire burning in Montezuma County in southwest Colorado. It's 83% contained. The fire is no longer growing in size. That's a good sign. It's burned nearly 5,700 acres, or about 9 square miles. Crews are patrolling the perimeter of the fire after lightning started it May 14th. Drones are also monitoring it from above.
Take a look at this video. There were multiple close calls this week involving people and their pets getting too close to elk at Evergreen Lake. That's where calving season is underway now. Well, 9 News reporter Evan Krugel is joining us now live this afternoon near the lake with the story of a group of volunteers who are stepping in to try to help keep everyone safe. Evan?
Yeah, Tom, if you've spent much time here in Evergreen, you know elk are not hard to find. And while the fall rut gets most of the attention, this time of year, calving season can be quite dangerous as well, something folks here at Evergreen Lake have found out firsthand this week. On a picture-perfect day at Evergreen Lake, nature is on full display.
Over here, the Audubon people keep track of the birds they see.
Betsy Hoke loves the wildlife here, and she loves to tell people about it.
And then we have a pair of bald eagles.
Betsy comes armed with a cart full of knowledge. But today's journey to the far side of the lake has a special purpose.
We are looking for an elk.
As Betsy stands watch over a cow elk with a week-old calf hidden nearby.
Our wild animals need space, and then when they're protecting their young, they really need space.
But this new mom isn't getting much space this week.
Hey, sir!
As she repeatedly deals with dogs and people on the path nearby.
Paddleboarder was a little too close.
Betsy says people in the water and on land are getting closer than they should.
I'm trying to signal her, but she probably can't see this far anyway.
And on Memorial Day, she says one person paid the price.
She attacked 2 dogs yesterday.
Video shows other close calls this week.
She tried to warn you.
It's why Betsy
And then they'll go up and eat.
is now warning people of the danger,
This is paradise for them.
making sure every single person here
You're welcome. Have a great day.
knows what's ahead.
Hey, so folks, are you gonna, girls, ladies, excuse me.
Betsy certainly has been working hard. She's one of about 20 volunteers out here as part of this Elk Watcher program, and they are looking for more people to help out, specifically over the next 4 weeks as this calving season continues. If you'd like to help out, we have more information on our website, 9news.com. Reporting live in Evergreen, Evan Krugel, 9 News.
Great effort going on there in Evergreen, but we know those interactions with people and elk are also happening in other places where we commonly see elk around people, like Estes Park and some of the high country areas.
Yep, certainly a good reminder to keep your distance all year round, but especially right now and, of course, in the fall.
Yeah, well, we hope we gave her a little bit of megaphone with your story right now, and just like let everybody be in their certain place, give them some room. And I have to say, I can see why people want to come up there. Your picture right there, pretty gorgeous, Evan.
Nice day.
Not a bad day at the office.
No, it's
Evan,
a good
thanks
one.
very much. Over the weekend, the Summit County Sheriff's Office rescued several people on Dillon Reservoir, including a pontoon boat that had 13 people on board as it was blown against a rocky shore. 3 other people also had to be rescued from the water. Now, everyone in these incidents was wearing life jackets, which were crucial when it comes to saving their lives. Our Janelle Finch is following this story for us. She's going to have more on that coming up at 5 o'clock. Right now, Colorado Parks and Wildlife is urging anyone out on any body of water to wear a life jacket. If not, you could find yourself ticketed as well. Last year, there were 32 water-related deaths. This year, there have already been 8 water-related deaths in Colorado, and a majority of those were tied to recreation. CPW says these numbers this early in the season is alarming. If you're in the creeks or rivers, watch out for the high water flows this time of year especially. And their reminder is if it looks dangerous, it probably is.
Even though temperatures outside and in the air may feel warmer, that water temperature is still very, very cold. It hasn't had the chance to heat up yet. It may have some snow runoff in it. So it's often quite a bit colder than the air. So you have to remember that if you're going in the water, it can be a little bit of a shock to your system to feel something that cold when you're not expecting it.
Another thing to keep in mind, the minimum age to drive a boat is about to go up to 18 years old. That law goes into effect this Saturday. And if you're under the age of 18 and caught driving without the proper certifications, you or your guardian could be fined.